Welcome back to the Expansion Edit. We're here for episode 9, Expansion Blueprint. This is where we translate it all into a living growth plan and stop chasing playbooks and start building your own. Most founders don't fail for lack of ambition. They fail because they're working from the wrong map. They take someone else's playbook, a guru's 5-step plan, a borrowed template, a deck from the last mastermind they attended, and they just slap it all into their business. Looks clean, sounds smart, gets a few weeks of traction, and then it fizzles. Why? Because it was never built for them. It was built for speed, not sustainability, for visibility, not alignment, or for someone else's model, not their own. What you need isn't another plan. You need a blueprint or an operating system, not some static PDF or a one-time strategy session, but a living growth framework, one that elevates and evolves you, reflects your capacity, and actually serves the founder that you're becoming. So today, I'm going to walk you through what I call the expansion blueprint. It's the framework that moves you from duct tape goals and wish thinking into a growth plan that breathes with your business instead of suffocating it. So let's talk about the myth of a perfect plan. If you've been in business for more than a minute, you've been sold the fantasy of the perfect plan. The 90-day sprint template that promises momentum, the 12-month roadmap that predicts revenue down to the dollar, the content calendar that tells you exactly what to post, when, and why. Here's the problem. Those plans don't know you. They don't know your capacity, your energy, your market position, or the little nuances that your offers bring to your client base. They assume that you're a machine that just needs the right inputs. But you're a founder, and founders don't scale on copy and paste playbooks. So imagine following a perfect plan is like building a custom suit off the rack. It might look great on the mannequin, but when you put it on, maybe the seams rub, the shoulders pinch. After an hour, you're just dying to take it off. So where in your business are you still wearing someone else's suit, trying to fit into a structure that was never really designed for you? Most growth plans collapse for 3 predictable reasons. Number 1, they're overstuffed. They're packed with too many initiatives, too many metrics, too many priorities, complexity masquerading as progress. 2, they're built for pace, not sustainability. The founder can sprint, but the team and the systems can't keep up. And burnout comes dressed as momentum. Or 3, they're copied, pulled from another industry, another stage of business, or another leader's operating reality. What worked for them isn't built for you. And underneath all of this, fear. Fear that you're not doing enough. Fear that your pace determines your worth. Fear that if you stop copying, you'll fall behind. But fear is not a growth strategy. So I want you to reflect. Which part of my current plan is built on fear? Fear of missing out, fear of slowing down, or fear of being left behind? Write that down. Notice what answer comes up for you. So what's the alternative? The expansion blueprint. This is a living framework that's built on 5 interlocking pillars. Number 1, vision. Your North Star clarity. 2, capacity. Your actual bandwidth, energetic and operational. 3, market position. Where you stand and why it matters. And 4, visibility. How you connect with the right audience. And 5, offer flow. How your services and products align to deliver results without draining you. It's simple, not easy, but it's simple. So think of it as an ecosystem. Each part feeds the others. If one collapses, the rest wobble. If they're aligned, the whole thing compounds. So it's less like building a machine and more like tending a greenhouse. Every piece matters, every system connects, and growth depends on balance, not brute force. Most growth plans confuse vision with goals. Goals are outcomes. Vision is direction. Your vision doesn't need to predict Q3 revenue. It needs to anchor why you're building, where you're steering, and what you refuse to compromise on along the way. Without vision, plans drift into busy work. With vision, even hard seasons make sense because they're tethered to a bigger why. So here's your reflection prompt. If someone asked me in one sentence, "What are you building this business for?" Could I answer it with clarity? Here's where most founders blow it. They design plans as if their capacity is infinite. Spoiler, it's not. Capacity is your filter. It tells you what pace is possible, what initiatives belong on the roadmap, and what absolutely needs to be deferred or deleted. And ignoring capacity is like writing checks from an overdrawn account. Sure, you can pretend for a while, but eventually the fees show up in burnout, turnover, or lost clarity. So what parts of your current plan assume that you can work harder instead of smarter? If you don't know where you stand in the market, your plan is just theater. Market position isn't about being everything to everyone. It's about knowing who you serve, knowing why they choose you, and knowing what makes you unignorable. A growth plan without market position is like building a skyscraper on sand. Impressive for a while, then a disaster waiting to happen. So, if my ideal client had to explain why they work with me, would they have a clear answer? That's what you need to be asking yourself. Let's talk about visibility. Visibility without offer alignment is noise. Offers without flow are chaos. And together, they create the engine of your growth. Visibility is showing up where your audience actually is, in the formats that fit your energy. Offer flow is about building services and products that guide your chosen audience through a coherent path, not a random menu. When visibility and offer flow are aligned, you don't need to force growth. The ecosystem feeds itself. So, here's a question for you. Is my visibility creating genuine intimacy with the right audience, or am I just feeding the algorithm? Here's where founders lose themselves. They build a great plan, and then they let it eat them alive. Guardrails are the non-negotiables that protect you from yourself. No launches that require 70 hours a week, no offers that drain your energy just because they sell, no visibility strategies that feel like performance theater. Your guardrails are what keep your blueprint sustainable. Without them, you'll sabotage the very growth you planned for. So which boundary, if you set it now, would keep this plan from breaking you later? The final piece to this is you. You can have vision, capacity, positioning, visibility, offer flow perfectly mapped. But if you keep making decisions from the founder you were, not the founder you're becoming, that plan will stall. So leading from the future means making calls that align with where you're headed, even when they feel uncomfortable in the present. Don't let the ghost of your past leadership write the future of your business. What decision are you avoiding right now that your future self would already have made? Here's the truth. Most growth plans fail because they're dead documents. The expansion blueprint works because it's alive. It flexes with your capacity, it evolves with your vision, and it stays anchored by the guardrails that keep you human while you scale. You don't need another playbook. You need a blueprint, one that belongs to you, breathes with you, and builds the business that you actually want to run. So I want you to ask yourself, what's one small way I can start leading today as if my expansion blueprint already exists? This is the expansion edit. Next time, we're going to put this into motion with an example of how a founder moves from capacity chaos to clean expansion and what you can steal for your own blueprint. I'll look forward to seeing you then.